Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first IP podcast. My name is Pauline Bujnowski, and I am the clinic owner of Ideal Pauline in Livingston. It's an ideal protein company. Welcome to the first podcast. This is kind of exciting. What we're doing here is, especially on the first podcast, is telling everybody what Ideal Protein is. I want you to meet two of my staff members who are incredible staff members, and I want to explain our journey and how we all got here to Ideal Protein. But I need to tell everybody first that we are the #1 clinic in New Jersey.
Woo, woo.
Hell
Ideal
yeah.
Protein. Great. I mean,
Number
let's give it
one.
up. #1, baby.
We also take online clients too. So don't just think if you're not from New Jersey that you can't do
Very
the diet.
true, Marina.
Just saying.
No, that's very true because we are doing virtual. And we're going to get into that more and more. But I just want to give a little background of myself and tell everybody my journey and how I got here. I lost over 40 pounds on Ideal Protein, and I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing my story, but my story is that after each one of my children, it was harder and harder for me to lose weight. And I found Ideal Protein. And at the time, the person who I went to for Ideal Protein wasn't a great coach. But in all fairness, I don't think I was coachable.
Right.
Because as I say, if it was dog food 3 times a day, I was doing it. And I got on the Ideal Protein bandwagon and started to lose weight effortlessly. Didn't have to take a nap during the day.
Great.
Energy. It was really amazing. And most of all, I wasn't hungry. And that's why I always hated the word willpower, because I didn't understand Ideal Protein. I didn't understand insulin levels. I understood none of that. So I would actually call my husband crying in the parking lot. I down another 3 pounds in 1 week. And I thought maybe she was possibly playing with the scale. So I started doing my own research with Ideal Protein, and I brought it to the doctor I was working with at the time. And she had said to me, we've all known about insulin resistance, but nobody's ever put it together like that. Mm-hmm. And I was pretty amazed because, everybody knows, that most people think just following the food pyramid and exercising is a way to lose weight.
Right.
And we know it's not.
Right.
So I did more and more research with Ideal Protein, and I opened up my own clinic, and I've been doing it over 10 years, and I have not looked back. And I really feel truly blessed to find my passion in life. I don't think most people can say that. And I can. And this is, like Gabe had said one time, that when you find a solution, you want to shout it from the rooftops.
Absolutely.
And it's 10 years later, and I still want to shout it because there's so many people out there that are struggling, especially new moms, right? That was my problem. I had a kid my first son, he did not sleep. So I would be grabbing pieces of cake, cookies, anything to get me through the day. Mm-hmm. And it was a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
So that is my journey. And I want to introduce 2 of my employees that work with side by side with me that I am truly blessed to have on board. The first one is Gabe Riccatelli.
Hi,
Gabe.
Hi.
Gabe. Please tell everybody your story.
Okay, cool. So,
wait, not to mention, Gabe is definitely the comedian of The Office.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's your superlative.
Always leave it to the gay. Any whore.
Any whore. There you go.
So my story, really quickly, and I know everyone is probably tired of hearing my story, but that's the great thing about doing what we do is we're able to get personal and share stories with clients that, help motivate them and know that it is possible and
that they're not
anyone
alone.
can do it and they're not alone.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So a few years back, in college, I put on a significant amount of weight. Definitely more than the freshman 15, but it was very difficult for me. I was always a larger individual, and I always had a weight problem, but it never was something that I really thought about, something that I really needed to fix right away. My 21st birthday, or right before my 21st birthday, I went to the doctor for my physical, and I was almost 300 pounds. And he said, you need to lose weight. I mean, obviously it was 300 pounds. Obviously you need to fucking lose weight.
Yeah.
But
Dr. Obvious.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. Dr. Obvious and Dr. Asshole. I hope he's not watching. Anyway, he was like, you need to lose weight. I'm like, no shit. Okay. So I knew nothing about weight loss. I knew nothing about what my body needed. I knew nothing about anything. I went to school in the city and we'd constantly be eating out, going to clubs, like that Lady Gaga meme. It was like bus, club, another club, another club. Yeah, it was. It was like club, diner at 6 a.m., get a cup of coffee, take a nap, and then go to class.
Taylor ham, egg, and cheese sandwiches, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. I wish they had Taylor ham in the city. But anyway, it was like Pauline said, a vicious cycle, you know? So he wanted me to go on 1,000 calorie or less diet per day. And I mean, I'm not a genius. I'm not a rocket science, but if you're putting a 300-pound 21-year-old on 1,000 calorie diet or less, that's like a recipe for disaster.
Right.
And also gives you no parameters whatsoever, because 1,000 calorie diet of vegetables and lean protein is totally different than 1,000 calorie diet of pizza, cookies, and chocolate shakes.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
So I didn't know what to do. So luckily I've known Pauline pretty much my entire life. And I ended up going to her, and that's kind of when I was introduced to Ideal Protein. I really seriously started back in June. And since then I've been able to lose around 95 pounds.
Give it to Gabe.
And I went from being almost 300 pounds to now being in the 190s. And I never thought that was possible. My doctor said, you'll never be skinny. You'll never lose weight. Whatever. Fuck you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't worry, if he's watching, he won't recognize you.
Yeah, seriously. And next time I go into the office, we'll probably still be in a freaking mask, so he definitely won't recognize me. But yeah, so that's kind of my story. And I am lucky enough to be able to call Ideal Pauline, home. And I'm able to help individuals that are in a similar boat and help people get to that healthier lifestyle that everyone wants to lead. And I'm so blessed to be able to do that at 24 years old. I never thought I'd be able to do that and be able to put other people and other people's needs and first. And I'm so blessed to be able to do that.
Did you ever think that at 24 years old, you could actually help people?
No,
right?
I never did. And
to have an impact on people at 24 is huge.
Huge. And it's something I've always wanted, and I knew I wanted to do something with people and help people. But obviously you go to college, you get caught up in the whole, I need to make money, I need to work corporate. And I did have a corporate job for about a year before I ended up leaving and saying, I'm doing what I want with my life. And that is to put myself first so I can lead a healthier lifestyle, and in turn be able to help other people lead a healthier lifestyle. And, it took a few years. Shit doesn't happen overnight. But I'm so blessed to be able to do that now, and be able to do things and help people and live a life that I never thought I would be able to. So love to be here with all you bitches.
No, we love you, Gabe. We love you. And that's, that's one
You're
thing
incredible.
that I do want to say, that I love when the younger people come in and do it and lose the right way, because they don't lose muscle. Not only that, we have a maintenance program, which not many programs do have a maintenance, which is key. Anybody can lose the weight.
Right.
It's keeping it off.
Right. And someone that's experiencing maintenance right now, we give you the tools.
Exactly. And you can live your life.
You can live your life because life happens. Right.
Clubs happen.
Club, another club. All happens.
Club.
No, it's true. So seriously, it's a really great program, and I've been incredibly blessed for the past year to call this place home. So.
Yeah. Well, I feel more blessed. And that brings us to Marina. Marina joined us a couple months ago.
I did. It's just such a crazy journey for me, just because I feel like I have been a victim of diet culture. And
Great
I
way to
feel
put
like
it.
women these days are sucked into this idea of false diet culture, and it ruins their bodies versus us being strong women and all those good kinds of things.
And it does, and especially emotionally.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is,
absolutely. So my weight loss journey really started in high school. I was never big. I just was not toned at all. And I played softball, and I had one goal, and it was I want to run to first base faster. And because I was the slowest on the team, I was actually waddling when I was running. So it was just wasn't a good start.
No.
So I I started running, started working out, but I started eating really clean. And I did lose weight, but I realized that I was significantly under eating. But I wasn't doing it unhealthily. It's just I wasn't taught the proper way to do things. So that kind of led me into my journey of figuring it out myself. So from going into diet culture and all those things that you want to try, I tried all of those things and they all failed. So I feel like I started my fitness page and everything to teach everyone instead of going through what I went through, to do things the right way. So
Exactly. Right.
I actually did a ketogenic diet with my mom when I was in college, and I lost a lot of weight, but I realized I wasn't doing the keto diet to its best potential and incorrectly. And being here at Ideal Protein, we give you the tools to be able to do that correctly.
Right, because we are
in a very
keto.
different,
Right.
in a different way, completely different way. But again, that's another failed diet culture thing that I tried. And it wasn't until me just really putting myself first and saying to myself that if I want to do something, I can research it, I can learn the tools myself, and really just working on taking care of my mind, my body. And we talked about spiritual journey too, just really everything is a trifecta. So kind of just working towards having that together. And I feel as if I feel finally really comfortable in my skin and where I am. And I created a fitness page. I never thought that I would be able to do that.
Where life takes you.
It's where life takes you with your passions, and health and wellness have been something that's so important to me. And I finally feel like it is a passion of mine alongside social work that I do, but
Kind of go hand in
they
hand.
go hand in
Yeah,
hand. That
absolutely.
I'm extremely into mental health, advocating for making sure you're taking care of your mind and your body, because if you don't take care of your mind, you will never be able to take care of your body.
Absolutely.
I kind of commend both of you being so young and realizing that you have to put yourself first.
Yeah.
My generation, or maybe it was just, we weren't taught that at all. Never to put,
No.
you learn that by the time you're in your 40s,
Yeah.
So I commend 24, 23, can I say your ages?
yeah.
Yeah.
Early 20s. To say that you're putting yourself first and going on a spiritual journey is commendable.
Right, because wellness is so much more than just a physical aspect. It's so much more than
Oh,
just weight loss.
absolutely.
It's physical, mental, it's spiritual. And that's something that we always take into
Oh,
account.
absolutely.
And similar to Marina, I was able to put myself first and grow mentally, physically, spiritually. So now I can help guide other people on their journey.
Well, what do they say on a plane? Put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you help anybody. Isn't that the truth?
It is.
That always stuck with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is true. And I say it to my clients all the time.
Yeah.
You can't help anybody unless you help
No.
yourself first.
Absolutely.
It's so true.
And everybody's
yeah.
goals are different.
True.
And
Yes.
that's like another thing too, because I went from dieting, but doing it the wrong way. And I ended up losing so much muscle. And I didn't realize how important food is. When you're doing it correctly, food is fuel, and nutrition is so important
Very.
for everything. And if you're under eating or you're doing things that aren't for your personal body, you're not going to be able to get on that right track with whatever you're looking to do, whether it's, lose weight, whether it's gain muscle, whatever your goal is in life. You're not going to be able to do it unless you do it catered for your body, not just what this girl's
Exactly.
doing or this girl's doing. That's why social media too is so powerful. When someone is advertising things, I feel like incorrectly or not
Irresponsibly.
Exactly. That's where, and I feel bad for a lot of girls these days too, because I feel like they're sucked into thinking that if I'm going to look a certain way, I have to actually eat nothing.
Right.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this podcast also, is to talk about Ideal Protein, the journeys, why it works, how it works. And also, I get a lot of questions from moms about their daughters and how to address weight loss, how to, bring it up, how to do it safely.
Yeah.
And so we're going to have guests on, younger
Absolutely.
people, talking about their
Yeah.
journeys and what would actually help them, or how moms can address what they need from their parents. And I think
Right.
that's huge, and I think it's so important because
Yeah.
girls are so stuck on social media and the filters, and they think they need to look like a certain way, and
Yeah.
it's not good.
Yeah, but even
not good.
also for older generations, I feel like a lot of older women and older men, they don't have the tools to be able to manage dieting and nutritional balance with their busy lives. And so I feel like it's great that we have this podcast to be able to give you the motivation to keep going forward, and that even though life gets in the way and you want to be able to do things, that you're still putting yourself first and being able to do things for you.
Very true.
And something with this diet, we talk a lot about insulin resistance and all of those things.
Yes.
Not a lot of other diets are able to implement what's best for your actual health.
Or
Yeah.
or do they tailor a maintenance program, which we do with the macros, right? That's individual. We
Absolutely.
find out how many carbs you can have in a day.
Yeah. It's
so
catered to you.
Exactly. So it's before you get a heightened appetite or you start to gain. So it's very interesting. So, that being said, if you want to learn more and you want to have a consultation, give us a call here at Ideal Pauline
Hell
in
yeah.
Livingston, 973-486-6928. No obligation. Come in and talk to one of us.
Yeah.
And we'll, it just makes sense.
It just makes sense.
So give your bitch a ring, okay? Or I'll come find you.
And we also, for people who are not in the area, we also do virtual
Absolutely.
consultations and weekly appointments.
Yes.
Because as you know, what do I always say? Coaching matters.
Absolutely.
Coaching matters.
It's who's
Exactly.
helping you.
Exactly.
And,
And the
yeah.
accountability. So we do virtual appointments to help people. We did that from the pandemic, but I always wanted to do that because I always had people tell me, oh my God, you helped me so much. My sister who lives in Texas, I'd love for her to see you.
Yeah.
But there was really no way of doing that.
Right.
That's where technology is good.
And
Hell
don't,
yeah.
Right?
yeah.
Don't
and-
be afraid of it, P.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I'm getting better, Gabe. I'm here on a podcast.
But also don't be afraid to admit that you can't do it on your own, because that's why we're here to help.
Most people can't.
Right.
Exactly.
It doesn't really
so
work. You
it's
need the
so
accountability.
difficult to be. I find struggling with my own self-motivation, and don't be afraid to reach out for help. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what we're here for.
And we've all been there.
Yeah,
We've all been there.
We've
We've
all
all had a
been in your
journey.
shoes, and
Exactly.
that's why we want to talk about it.
Exactly. So call us and tune in
Yeah.
Yeah,
to the IP podcast.
IP.
Yeah. Follow us on
podcast.
Instagram. Ideal
Yes,
Pauline.
follow us on
We'll be
Instagram.
doing updates. TikTok. I don't know the
TikTok.
TikTok handle.
Now, everybody,
Ideal,
TikTok, I'm trying to get used to the TikTok thing. You're
Ideal
gonna, give me-
underscore
yeah.
Pauline.
You have
That's
to
what
give me a
it
little
is.
time on TikTok before you see me doing any kind of TikTok.
She's been on. She's been on.
I've been on once.
But
And I
seriously,
hated every minute, and I was kicking and screaming.
you looked great.
Oh, thank
You
you.
did
Gabe.
look
Thank
great.
you, Gabe.
But give your bitch a ring. We got your back. Don't worry. Okay?
All right.
All right,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
All right.
See you.
Bye-bye.